From the gun, here's Stafford. Man open, it's Moss, complete. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Check 13. Check 13.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the Ravens 33-yard
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Stafford. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Stafford. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, 33 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Check line 54. Line 54. Off the curl.
Now Corey Dillon, the 4-time Pro Bowler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Check, block 54, block 54. You better bring
it. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 25 yards that time. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Throwing is Wilson. Got him in. It's Brown. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 4-yard.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Check 24, check 24.
This time Wilson will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood, Marquise Brown there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but over the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And they work this way upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Now a first down throw, Stafford. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hawkinson, 53 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back. after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, Dillon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Peyton. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half. Flush to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack that time by Michael Strahan.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Check. Watch the defense. Watch the defense. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. Now Wilson. This is caught. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, you just run the clock and go to the locker room.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, it's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Stafford. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. A final shot before the break. Stafford. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken at the 3. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Ravens take over first and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. On third down, here's Corey Dillon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run, 1st level being the D-line, and linebacker 2nd level, the secondary the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will work.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sacked there by the Hall of Famer, Derek Brooks.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Here's Wilson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start?
And Stafford's going to be taken down. That's a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they change plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure. And boy, did it pay off in this case.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run now with Dillon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. That's good for 28 yards. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it again with Henry. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. The quick slant caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Let's get it.
They come out here in the eye. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He did it.
I can't even challenge that. Wow.
They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, now he's forced out left. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
59. Go, go. 59.
Out of the gun, Stafford.
Trust the best corner.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They go.
Come on, bro. Don't quit, Joe. GG.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Fielded about a yard deep. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw.
Is he a hit elite fusion? You know I like it, but she ride me like the like. What she try to hide me like that? Why the fuck you hide, yeah?
Away and incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure.
And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Amari Cooper there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. He completes it to Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 36. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd and 13, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Wilson, and that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Throwing on second down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And that is incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
Here's Matt Darr now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it. Here's Dillon. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And he's able to find Diggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 22.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Hall of Famer, Ken Houston. Able to fight through one tackle.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it,
a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. A first down carry for Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
Eluding the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Wilson now to throw again. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked off by Derek Brooks. 30, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
14.
On first down, Wilson. That'll be caught by Rice. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 2 yards, good enough for a first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
19.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Champ Bailey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters. And this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
Flushed out right. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Line's 50, line's 50. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Wilson now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Throwing is Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On the run, it's Peyton. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Wilson. Flush to his right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now Wilson. They set up the screen for Henry. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Champ Bailey. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On the draw, this is Barkley. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson, and the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. The interception woes, they just continue to...
So there's mechanics. Hello. she balked. Just a balking Saturday. Who is it? What'd I say? She gotta bark at least once a day. Damn, excuse me. I don't know, I'm gonna get rid of this here in her card. I need to upgrade at you Whitworth, that's what I should have did.
morning.
I want to now.